So you see, hey listeners, here is Maya speaking from my humble little tent in Klil. So you see, this is not even the war. This is celebration. Who believe that? The Druze people or Muslim people, they have a holiday today named Eid al-Adha, and this is the way they celebrate. They shooting gun, and they're still doing that while in wartime. That's like weird and disturbing in my perspective. The idea of using guns that were designed and built to kill people for amuse or for fun, it's just completely messed up if you ask me. It's really connected in my perspective with the idea of making violent enjoyable. This is a sentence that I heard from Marshall Rosenberg, the the one that started the NVC, nonviolent communication technique. He says that our culture problem is that there are that it's have the habit of try and make and succeed in make violent enjoyable. You see it in movies and TV all the time. Games are teaching kids to make violent enjoyable, and that's crazy. It's like learning someone to do damage to himself and his surrounding. Now, if you ask me, the reason that someone wants to make someone else be more capable of doing violent by learning how to make it enjoyable is that in this way you can take a big group of people and use them as your army, and use them to put terror on other group of people, enslaving them and taking their property or their land or themselves, their bodies, and using them for your needs. This is I think, and it's important to say that I believe that most people, most like cells of human species are very peaceful creatures and very loveful creatures and want the best for everyone in their pure original essence. The thing is, it's like two diseases that I think human species have that create lots of damage. The first disease is psychopaths. Very, 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 very small percent of humans that have certain problems, like a certain something that is like wrong in their brain, wrong in the term that it's create damage. The damage it's creating is it's make those people incapable of have any empathy, to others and maybe even to themselves. I don't know, but it's create people that lack the capability of empathy. And when you connect that with the idea of separation, as I said in early episode in the podcast, you're welcome to check them out. The idea of separation, that I am separate from the world, it means that I can have my benefit upon the world benefit. So when you connect this with being a psychopath, with not having capability of empathy, then you have what in most of the world I think they call leaders, or I don't think all of them, but most of who is counted as a leader, I believe is a psychopath. Otherwise, why will they move their people into wars? Or at least you can say about leaders that lead their nations into war that they are psychopaths, and this is very bad. And I think it's happening both in like national level and both in just like everyday level. Yeah, some people that have very messed up minds have the capability of reaching power in human society. And why is that? This is because the other disease that I believe human species have, and this is obeyednesses, are, I think, I've talked about it before in certain aspects in the podcast. I think I find people very reflective. We immediately reflect our surrounding, and especially the other human that is in front of us. If the person is smiling, we will smile. If the person is tense, we will be tense. If the person is dancing, we might dance. We might even dance like him. This is, you can see that with the Hezbollah start shooting rockets at Israel, so Israel start shooting rockets at Hezbollah. And even it's funny. Recently, I read in the, well, it's not funny. It's terrible. Recently, I read in the news that some of the most progressive technology, progressive weapon of Hezbollah is based on things that were invented in Israel. So, reflecting. So in this way, I think that we are people very easily they obey because they reflect. So they have like there is very strong like spreading of consensus maybe in human societies, and another thing is that humans obeying out of wishing to make the other person satisfied, not wanting to get into any like conflicts with your surrounding, like maybe just being afraid out of like powerful, strong, violent people, and kind of like we kind of get the habit of lowering our heads, speak more quiet, or stop speaking. Like conform and bow down to this cultural ideas like racism and war and homophobia and chauvinism, all those stuff. I think most people are not natural with that. It's just that they're like bounding down, keeping quiet, conform, lots of conform. And when people that are psychopaths seize power, then conforming become very dangerous and destruct, like creating lots of damage, destructions. Yeah, why did I say this? Because of the gun shooting. Yeah, and making violence enjoyable, which is a thing you can really see. I think in the early days of the war there was lots of videos coming from Gaza of like building exploded and like mostly building exploding. They really like it seems that it's make some people very excited to see like a whole building being exploded by dynamite. So they put like nice like action music or something funny music upon it and spread around this video. I haven't saw them recently, but in the beginning of the war it was very clearly how the media is doing lots of effort to make people find violent enjoyable. So my advice: do not find violent enjoyable. It is not enjoyable. Violent is not fun. Remember this. Spread on this word. Speak it up. Do not bow your head and conform with ideas and cultural habits that you find that they're creating damage and yeah, and bring your own positive, loving being that you are inside, because most likely you are inside a peaceful, loving being. So I believe. And I'm saying that after seeing humans doing some really terrible stuff, but looking deep inside, I do believe that most of humans are peaceful, loving beings, except those psychopaths that are just sick, you know. But so yeah, so be yourself. Something. Thank you, listeners, for listening, and bless us all. Let's see. Sorry, maybe some recording issue. Okay, yeah. Thank you, listeners, for listening. Good night. Bless us all.